Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful week. We are going to jump right in here as we wait for others to join, but so appreciate you taking the time today to learn a bit more about LTK Connect and specifically our pro tier. We're excited to kind of show you a demo and highlight some services and hear from our visionaries as well. So jumping right in here, next slide, I am Allie Anderson. I'm the Director of Strategy and Insights here at LTK. I've been with the team for many years. I always say the number will age me, but I've really seen the creator marketing industry evolve from its early days to its more mature days now. So I'm just excited to highlight the LTK Connect service. And today we're joined by our amazing LTK Connect visionaries. So these are visionaries who are currently using Pro. We have Elizabeth Kendrick here, who's the founder and CEO of Ann Reeves, Lauren Nicole, who's the founder and CEO of Lauren Nicole, and Sandy Petit, who's the founder and CEO of Strawberry Avocados. So we will have a discussion with these amazing founders and CEOs in the back portion after our presentation and demo today. But what better way to learn about LTK Connect Pro than hear from these visionaries themselves. So before we jump in, just an overview for today, we're going to be discussing the pro tier specifically. A team member, Annabelle, who's a veteran LTK Connect pro herself, is going to be giving a demo. And then we're also going to showcase some features in a sale from our LTK Connect Pro sale, which ends on June 24th. And we do just a couple of housekeeping. We do have a question section at the bottom under Q&A. So feel free to pop any questions that you think of in there and we'll respond live time, or if we can't get to it, we'll also follow up after the webinar. So just want to say thank you again to everyone who took the time to join us today. This page features, it's actually an industry chart from the Source Influencer Marketing Hub, and really the point of this data is to highlight the creator marketing industry. Some of you might already be working with creators or on the fence of working with creators. But like I mentioned earlier, just a handful of years ago, the creator marketing industry was really in its infancy, just in 2016. And you fast forward to today, it's anticipated to be over a $16 billion industry. So that chart just keeps going up. Here at LTK, we believe it's going to go up each year and kind of continue on that trajectory, and the products and the services and the tools and the insights and data that we give to all of the brands and agencies that we partner directly with really emulate kind of that growth that we have seen and anticipate to see. And again, just kind of the last thing, we're excited to share the benefits of LTK Connect Pro. This is kind of our upgraded tier. We're going to highlight what makes it actually the most valuable tier and kind of the best bang for your buck. And it's really the option that allows your brand to truly scale in this industry that's on this upward trajectory. So jumping in here, I'm just going to read some questions. I've asked myself these. I'm sure a lot of you on the phone today have asked yourself these. But just when working with creators, you know, it's an emerging industry, even though we see just this massive growth. And it's an industry, there's not necessarily an apples to apples for every company. Each company is so unique, and choosing the right creators to work with needs to really fit in for your brand. So it's both an art and a science, is what I always say. It's just some questions that you might have asked yourself. How do I select the best creator? How long does it take to set up a campaign? Why are my creators not replying to my direct messages or emails? And what do I pay them? How do I measure success once they post? And how do I measure those sales if that's one of my success metrics? And how can I get creators when I'm gifting them product to actually post? So these are all questions I think that kind of encompass when you're setting up a creator campaign. A million and one details go into it. It takes a ton of time, a ton of money, a ton of involvement, wanting to make sure your brand's represented in the best way. And it can be so timely just to choose the right creators to promote your brand. And I'm sure if you've worked with creators at your company or you've thought about just the level of detail that goes into it, from the gifting to the promotion of it, to the choosing the compensation, and that list kind of goes on and on. These were questions top of mind when we sat down to think about LTK Connect. So that self-service product, how can we make sure we kind of check each of these questions off a list? So kind of cue LTK Connect Pro, it answers each one of these questions. Ultimately, that's going to save you time in your business, which equates to money. And so that's kind of top of mind when we're thinking of a product to give you and to give our clients. So I know on the phone today, I won't take too long describing who LTK Connect is and really our product and service, but I do want to provide just a high level overview in case you're not as familiar with our tool and our services. So connect with creators to grow your business. That's kind of our motto. And I'm going to read our statement that goes along with it and then break it down into what it means for you on the phone, what it means for your brand specifically, and how that can save you time and you money. So LTK Connect is a self-service product specifically designed to help brands of all sizes connect directly with LTK creators to drive traffic, sales, and increase brand awareness. So a pretty big statement there, pulling out just some like moments from that tagline and from really why we created this product. So we created this product so you can really create influencer campaigns within the portal. We provide your company with the ability to partner directly with pre-vetted creators based on our now over 11 years of data. So we take that data, we essentially put it into our formula to take that guesswork out of it for you and spit it into LTK Connect. And so really the benefit for you as a brand is performance-backed data. You don't necessarily have to go to a bunch of different sources outside of our platform. It's all there. It's been tried and tested by our team. So we feel pretty good about that data that you receive in our platform. The other big thing is we manage, we have that campaign management, so the end-to-end management for your brand. So you can log in to the LTK Connect portal and manage that end-to-end campaign within this product. So what that means exactly for you is you can select that influencer based on data and provide them an offer, communicate with them directly in the portal. We've seen that creators have about a 2-day average response time. They're really used to this tool. We've been using it within our business, and creators are very apt at working with LTK. So they're used to kind of seeing that message format and the email come through in their inbox. So we get a pretty good response time. So you're not waiting around. And really the benefit to you as a brand is time saving. So we've worked with influencers, like I said, for 11 years. So we kind of have that communication process down to a science, if you will. And then you're really able to optimize. So with the years of data that we have, both on that casting end for you to select the influencer, as well as on the back end for reporting, you're really able to optimize the next campaign. Because you have access to that full program creator level data, you can make really strategic decisions about your brand, where you want to place investments. And really the benefit to brands is a long-term business growth. So we see creators really starting as top of funnel and then leading consumers down to eventually drive a purchase. So you're able to optimize towards that. And then scale. So I think this is kind of that number one benefit with our pro tier. You're really able to scale within the creator space in a way that's not going to take a ton of extra time for your business or for yourself. We've run hundreds of thousands of creator campaigns here at LTK. So LTK Connect was built based on our historic knowledge, learned from us. We've tried it all through those hundreds of thousands of campaigns. So it's kind of all there within that portal, allowing you to really scale. And you can scale up or down based on, seasonal needs, if you have promotional needs. And so again, the benefit here really is time savings. So we know this product is a game changer for brands really of all sizes to use. And our ultimate goal is just to grow the entirety of your business through LTK Connect and Pro specifically. So before I kind of dig into the exact benefits of Pro and what makes it unique, I want to introduce Annabelle Reed. She is a Pro team member here, a very seasoned team member at LTK, and she's going to lead a demo specifically for LTK Connect Pro today. So the floor is yours, Annabelle. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you, Allie. Excited to give you guys a quick demo of the LTK Connect platform. So as soon as you log into the brand facing portal, you'll see your home page that shows you your sales performance snapshot. So this is your data for your entire retailer wide program through LTK. And then right from the homepage, you can create a campaign. So by creating the campaign, you're putting together the contract between your brand and that creator. So you'll put in a campaign name, you'll choose a product category, and then you'll add in a campaign description. So we just recommend a short 2 to 3 sentences here about the theme of your campaign or what you'd like the creator to promote and speak about. Campaign goals: is this campaign centered around sales or brand awareness? Then campaign brief, there's a spot to add in a brief if you've made one. You can put imagery, do's and don'ts, talking points, your brand story, product information, anything you want the creator to come back and reference when they're actually making that content. Then we have the payment method. You can choose monetary compensation, which is their asking rate, or monetary compensation plus gifting, so you're providing that product that they're going to promote. Within the gifting details, you can put in, the exact URL, or that you'll provide a gift card or a promotional code once they've signed on, whatever you see as best fit. And then you can also add in that total gifting value there, so that way the creator is able to see what the gifting value is when they receive the contract. Then after that, you'll put in the creator obligation. So you'll choose the channel, how you want the creator to talk about your brand. So our most popular is definitely Instagram posts and Instagram story. So once you've chosen what you would like, you just press save, and you'll see that best practices auto-populate beneath those. The first 3 across the board are not able to be edited. It must be FTC compliant, legal, and it must be cross-promoted within LTK. Besides that, everything else is a placeholder. So feel free to add in your brand name, add in as many other custom requirements as you wish, and then also take anything out that you feel isn't relevant for your specific campaign here. Once the contract is to your brand's liking and you feel like you have everything in there, you can save it and now go to the next tab, which is Discover, to actually cast those creators on your campaign. So within the Discover tab, you're able to search by creator name. You can search by different categories. So not only has LTK pre-vetted all the creators, we've pre-curated them into different categories as well for you. That includes LTK All-Stars, LTK Rising Stars, and Top Performing. Then you can sort each category by different data points. So their asking rate, their conversion rate, their engagement rate, number of followers, and sales through LTK. You can apply creator filters and audience filters. Going down to the creator profile cards, you'll see there's a click out to their LTK account and their Instagram account, some data points here, and then viewing their full profile card, you're able to see a little bit more about them. So if they have the chance to put in different categories, their age, gender, location, and a little bio. Once you're scrolling through the creators, you're able to choose some and save them to your list. Now, Connect Pro does allow higher access to more creators within that tier. By saving the creators to your list, you're simply just saving them to the next step. This in no way notifies the creator. So once you have a few creators saved there, you can go into the offers tab, and here you're able to actually plan out those offers. So you can click into the offer amount, and that is their asking rate for this campaign. You can either save that or you can adjust it to what you see as best fit. And then with post date, you'll put a post date deadline in here. Now, of course, this can go live sooner, but we want to give about 6 to 8 weeks so the creator has enough time here to get the product, create content. Then you can send that, and once sent, the action becomes a message. We definitely recommend sending an intro message here, just letting them know you're excited for the potential partnership. The eye icon does show you the details that you put in that the creator will see. So it shows you that first tab details of different channel requirements, and then also that specific payment details for that creator. Then going back to the main portal, once a creator accepts the campaign, they move into manage. They'll live under active collaborations here. This is where the creator is able to submit their live content. You can approve it and accept it, or if something's missing and needs adjustment, you simply just let them know and they'll resubmit that. Then once the contract is fully completed, that is when payment is due from the brand. So you as the brand will have a credit card or debit card on file. You'll simply press payout and it will go to that creator's bank account immediately. So there's no lag time. We also have a budget tracker on this page that just shows you where you are within this campaign. So that way you can keep a good track of everything here. And then on the top right corner, we have 2 different amazing tools. The first one is the notification center. And this is really an efficiency tool. Anytime an action item is needed, you're able to click in there and go directly to where that's needed. Then the messaging center. This was really built for organization as well. So you can search by a campaign name or by specific creator and go back to reference those previous conversations. Creators are well versed to check this frequently. We have great formatting tools in here. You can attach different PDFs and files that you need to send. So all communication stays organized and lives here. Within the reporting tab, the first part that opens up is your program performance reporting in more detail. So this is, again, your entire retailer-wide data. So you're able to look at this and just kind of see where you stand, screen grab this for internal reporting, or download this full report, adjust it by a date range if you want to look at month over month or a certain promotional range. And then Connect reporting shows you the specific reporting for any contract you have in place with a creator. So first, we'll show you your ROAS. And then we show you the full social impact for any channel that you have obligations for. And then we can show you creator level data. So we can show you within that time period, Ella drove this many clicks, conversion rate, orders, sales, average order value. This is amazing because LTK is now putting the power back in the brand's hands. You're able to see who's moving the needle for you, who do you want to continue partnering with, and what's working and what's not. Then we can also show you social data metrics per creator as well. Going down, we can get even more specific and we show you post-level data. So what data points such as sales, impressions, engagement are attributed back to each post. We break this out between channels, so LTK, Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram story if applicable. And then going down for Pro, we do show you audience demographics. So you're able to see the creators you have partnerships with, where are their consumers shopping, and their age, their gender, their ethnicity, and their location. Thank you so much. That is the quick demo. If you guys have any questions, set up a meeting with a Connect team member and we can answer those more in depth for you.
Thank you, Annabelle. That was wonderful. So again, that was a very quick demo, just a little snapshot of the abilities that the tool has to offer. I'm going to pull out a couple of them, some of my favorites, some that are unique to Pro, and then we'll get to the good stuff. So we'll hear from our Pro users themselves and our LTK Visionaries. But so just jumping in here, what makes the Pro tier unique? To me, again, it's kind of that middle tier here. It's really the tier if you're wanting to scale in creator marketing. So maybe you've tested, you've tried a few tactics outside of LTK or even with LTK, and you're just like, it's working and I need to do more. And we've seen this with a lot of clients, right? You're not going to lean completely in, you need to test and you need to learn. We've seen a lot of clients on kind of all sides of our business test the waters with creator and then say, yes, it works. And we need to like put more eggs into this basket. So really, I think of LTK Connect, the Pro version, as that ability to really scale. And in my eyes too, when you kind of compare each tier to each other, Pro's actually more of the value because you're able to work with up to 400% more creators a month. So 50 creators versus 10 a month compared to Connect. And you can also spend more. And so when you start testing creators, you exactly how we saw that on the creator level, and you say these 15 creators are driving amazing sales for my brand, you can spend more with them. So opposed to 25K, you can spend 100K with creators. So a big increase there on just, the number of creators you can work with and the amount of money you can spend with them. To again, the goal is to move the needle with your business. And then it's about $1,000 a month. So with our summer sale, that cost does go down. So again, just thinking of all the data that you see there, from top of funnel metrics like awareness, impressions, to really the goal to driving sales and conversion and clicks outside of just those awareness metrics for your business. This really is the tier that enables your brand to do that. So now I'm going to highlight just a couple of features that you'll get with Connect and a sale that we're running right now. So here's again just a list of some Pro benefits. So you get access to premium creators. I think of this as we've vetted it for you. We've looked at there's now millions of creators in the creator commerce space. We've looked at them, we've ingested that data. We've used that data for the past 11 years, and we're kind of putting forward the best, the cream of the crop, so you're not having to filter too heavily to use this product, and the best creators are already there for you. So with Pro, you get additional creators through this service. We also provided advanced creator audience reporting. So Again, everything from that creator level data to some demographics data that I'll highlight in a moment. You can favorite creators to come back for later. And then again, there's just all that data so you can use to really improve your program over time. So if you're on the fence of either upgrading to Pro or you're thinking of signing up for LTK Connect and you're deciding between which service is right for you, we are running a summer Pro sale through the 24th. So brands who sign up for LTK Connect Pro will save a total of $3,500. So we'll waive your onboarding fee as well as discount the subscription fee. And that, again, that still does go through the 24th. I know that's coming up. So if you contact one of our team members, set up a meeting to learn more, we'll absolutely honor that pricing if you're on the webinar today. And we'll plop a link in the chat here so you can follow up easily. So it's a great discount. We're happy to kind of discuss more and answer any questions that you might have. So again, before we move on to the panel, I'm going to highlight two of my personal favorite features of Pro. So you get access to exclusive creators. So again, we've ingested that data for you. We've done that heavy lifting. You get double the creator selection when you upgrade to Pro. We do see about a 4% creator engagement rate, and the fee per creator is about $900. So really to simplify the creator selection process and improve campaign success, we apply a series of filters. So just kind of speaking high level into like that the creator process that goes into on our end. So that way you have the creators to select from that are best suited for the needs of your brand. So from a creator standpoint, I almost say we look at who's that investable creator, who's taking their businesses seriously, how often are they posting, what's the quality of the post, how often and frequently are they using LTK posts, what's their follower engagement. So of course, audience size is great, but we don't see that as kind of that end all be all metric. And we actually don't think you should pay based on just that one metric alone. So looking at that engagement, we also look at their sales across all of LTK's channels, which from a brand standpoint, that's super impactful. That's what data you would have outside of a platform that can kind of measure that bottom of funnel last click tracking. So we highlight who's driving sales. So Annabelle featured in her demo how you could kind of filter by up and comers, and then those who can also drive sales. And so if you look at that filter there, we've done kind of that heavy lifting there and has had those are essentially the stars of the show in terms of driving sales. We've seen that in other data and other campaigns that we've run. And so we're kind of surfacing that to you, which is great. We also estimate out their asking rate, so you're not guessing. Again, I kind of highlighted those frequently asked questions at the start of the webinar and things that you might be scratching your head over. How much should I pay an influencer? Well, we kind of have used all of this data and created a formula. So that way we're telling you, here's what we suggest based on the market right now. And then frequency of a campaign partner. So we want to make sure that we're suggesting creators and recommending creators to your brand who we've probably worked with before just because of the scale of LTK. So again, what this means for your brand is we've done that heavy lifting for you. We filtered in kind of the best way possible, hopefully make it easier in saving, again, your brand that valuable thing called time. So Connect Pro allows you to really scale creator partnerships beyond what Connect can offer. So beyond kind of that baseline. And then kind of that second feature I wanted to pull out. This one is the most exciting for me and really data that I think is beyond valuable to grow your business. So looking at some of the audience reporting features within Pro, a lot of words on this page, but essentially any touch point you have with LTK, you're going to get a ton of data. What's unique about Pro is we really surface that audience demographic data back to your brand. So that age, the gender, the ethnicity, and the locations, all that you can filter by that creator level. So kind of a use case for this here is, say your brand is regionally based. This feature allows you to understand what locations are truly performing for your brand. So maybe you're located in Texas, where I am, and you've casted a bunch of creators who are Texas based, and you notice there's a bubble in another part of the country based on the performance in your first campaign. Well, all of a sudden you can start growing into regions and really using this data to target where it makes sense to place your dollars, where it makes sense to place additional investment. So that performance kind of comes full circle, and you'll be able to pull out, just maybe reaffirm some things that you've known about your brand all along, and confirm really where dollars should be placed across kind of location, age, gender, ethnicity, kind of you name it. So super unique feature to LTK Connect, and allows you to make strategic decisions at a pretty granular level. So with all LTK Connect reporting, we offer what I say is full funnel reporting. So measuring from that inspiration. So creator marketing is such a fun industry, as you know, if you worked in this space, you get to see your brand come to life in this amazing, beautiful content. I know we're talking about a lot of data here and a lot of numbers, but at the end of the day, it really is to inspire that purchase. So this product really connects that content, that inspiration, to that commerce side of the business. So we measure everything from engagements, comments, shares, to clicks, and ultimately sales. So that's our little spiel for the day. I'm excited to get to our panel. So again, I introduced our visionaries at the start of the call, but introducing them again here. So we have Elizabeth Kendrick, with the founder and CEO of Ann Reeves, Lauren Nicole, the founder and CEO of Lauren Nicole, and Sandy Petit, the founder and CEO of Strawberry Avocados. So with that, we're going to move into just a discussion to hear how these LTK visionaries are using this product and really thinking a creator in their business. So we hope it provides those on the phone today just with a little bit of inspiration and ideas of how to work within the creator space. So first and foremost, thank you so much to our amazing and innovative founders for taking the time to be here today. Again, we just shared some benefits of LTK Connect Pro and the Pro tier specifically. So from casting to reporting and kind of all those key insights. So with that, we're just going to kind of move into questions. So the first question I have for you guys is, just tell us about your brand and what led you to found your company. So we'll start with you, Elizabeth, and then move to Lauren and Sandy.
Sure. So hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining today. Excited to be here and speaking with you. I founded Ann Reeves Kids in December of 2020, right after the birth of my daughter, my first child, Margaret, and in hopes of creating a children's clothing brand that I could dress her in. And now here we are, growing it to share with others.
Amazing. Lauren, you're up.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I founded Lauren Nicole in 2012. We actually just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, which was amazing. We have 3 retail locations here in Orlando and e-commerce as well. We are a shopping destination for on-trend clothing and accessories.
That's amazing. Congrats on 10 years.
Thank you.
And Sandy, how about yourself? Tell us a little bit about your company and what led you to start it.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. I started Strawberry Avocados in 2018 when I was pregnant with my son. I was coming off of a career of being a flight attendant for 13 years, and I was determined to be a stay-at-home mom because I didn't want to leave my son. This wasn't my first go around at business at all, but it was definitely my most determined that I was going to make this work by any means necessary. And so far that's been very successful.
I love hearing stories. I feel like these conversations are always some of my favorite, and kind of all the different size companies I get to speak to at LTK. I think they're so inspiring, and it never ceases to amaze me, kind of the pulse that everyone has on their businesses and just the level of detail that goes into it. And each company is so unique, and it's just cool to see and hear your stories. So I'd love to hear from you guys next. Who are your customers and what products do you focus on selling? So just helping educate those on the phone today, what kind of categories you sit in, and really who you market to. So Lauren, we'll start with you, and then Sandy and Elizabeth.
So we cater to women's clothing, specifically carrying on-trend styles that are affordable. So I really like to say everyone's our customer. I don't like to narrow it down too much because part of the reason why I started Lauren Nicole was to create an environment that was really welcoming to everybody and friendly. So I like to say everybody. I focus on carrying a variety of styles that speak to different trends and different personal styles. So, everybody's welcome at Lauren Nicole.
I love it. Inclusive. That's great. Sandy, how about yourself?
Well, Strawberry Avocados, we specialize in Apple Watch bands. So we tend to have a customer base that's like a true millennial, someone that can afford an Apple Watch to begin with. So I find people that are actually in my age group, like let's say early 30s to early 40s. Um, and yeah, we cater to, that's our true customer, is the millennial.
I love that. And I'm sure being able to see the millennials within our dashboard can be helpful in kind of targeting who's where and what.
Exactly.
Elizabeth, what about yourself? Who's your customer and what products do you sell?
Sure. So we sell children's clothes for boys and girls, newborn to size 6. My customer is me. So as I've been thinking about, using the platform and kind of who I'm targeting, I think about things that interest me, who I would follow on social media. But we're looking at those moms and grandmothers too. Grandmothers like to buy baby clothes.
I love it. Well, it sounds like you all started your companies to solve for a need of your own, which I guess there's no better place to start than there. So that's so cool. Thank you for sharing your stories and just giving us insight into your companies. So now that we have a basic understanding of your businesses, I'd love to hear a bit more about how you use creators, and a bit about LTK Connect Pro as well, just for those on the phone. Creators could be in or outside of LTK, but just your insights, invaluable. I always say the world is your oyster when it comes to creator marketing. There's so many creators and there's so many different ways to go about setting up a campaign. And on top of that, the landscape is literally ever changing day by day at such a rapid pace. So I think it's so important to kind of have a pulse on what's working and hear from companies who've tried and tested it. So I'll answer this one. So starting with you, Sandy, then Elizabeth and Lauren, what made you choose LTK Connect and then Pro specifically?
Well, for me, I've hunted down creators since they were creators and I never got responses. You would message them through DMs, you'll reach out through the email they have in their bio, and they just don't respond. Not really sure what the reason is, but this was like hands down, like a direct link with creators, like literally something that's been missing for so long. And it is priceless if you're trying to grow your business in this time frame that we're in the world where, let's face it, creators are the ones that are going to drive sales for your business. So it's either you get on board or you don't, or you stay behind. And this was just the perfect answer for me, being able to directly connect with creators. Also to Connect Pro, just the ability to have 50 offers that you can extend per month, the spend being like a lot larger, and just being in that middle category. It's not a whole ton of money, and there you definitely get the return back. Well, as far as I see, like you more than get the return back for your money that you spend.
No, that's great. And yeah, I mean, I feel like LTK has kind of trained almost in a sense creators to respond to us. They're so used to seeing our name. I mean, I've been there like texting creators like, did you get that offer? Will you respond? I know it's so much work and it takes so much time. So I'm happy to hear that. And then I think it's really interesting hearing you say, creators help move the needle in your business, because we've done several consumer surveys at LTK and we actually see creators sitting right behind friends and family to influence purchase decisions. And then Gen Z, they even sit above friends and family, which it blows my mind, but I guess it's because they think of them as friends and family is the only reason I can think of. So that's wonderful. What about yourself, Elizabeth?
So I think a lot of the things that Sandy said ring true for me. I thought this was a platform that helped answer that ability to communicate, the need to communicate better than me trying to track people down myself. And I think that I wanted to maximize my opportunity to find other creators. I think it's very easy for me to look at who I follow or who I am familiar with, whether it be, like you said, in Texas, a certain area of the country, or maybe perhaps with kids the exact same age as my daughter. So what I think is really great about LTK Connect was that I've been able to find similar people that resonate with my audience, all kind of within one place. It's not like I'm spending hours looking through various profiles and trying to assess what people are interested in. All of that information is already provided for me. So it's just a matter of favoriting them and then remembering the next time I come in for a different campaign who would be a good fit for that area. So
Yeah, I love that. And I think too, at the creator space, it's constantly changing. So who works one day, there'll be, you know, the next day, someone else who will work for your brand that wasn't even a creator like months before.
Exactly.
That's how quickly the industry is changing. What about
Exactly.
yourself, Lauren?
I completely agree with everything that they kind of touched on. For us, it was really a no-brainer when it came down to basic or pro. With pro, the annual spend budget just aligned more with like our collaboration budget. So just having that ability there. And then also the number of contracts per month, 10 versus 50. To us, it was just a no-brainer to go with the pro. And in addition, you have some really great features too when it comes down to reporting. Like I love the data. So the advanced reporting that comes with pro is amazing. And the access to additional creators as well.
Love it. Well, thank you guys for your insight and kind of how you chose that. And now kind of shifting gears to creator strategy. So again, just want to educate the brands on the phone today. You guys have run campaigns. We'd love to hear from you, Elizabeth. How do you think about your creator strategy? What goes into it? Just any insight you can share.
Sure. So I think for me, there's kind of two buckets for creator strategy. There's awareness, and that can be any product, any recognition of my brand. And then there's very specific campaigns tied to either product launches or a new target that we're trying to reach. And so what I think has been really interesting about kind of implementing that creator strategy in LT Connect is I can organize my asks by those campaigns. Whereas when I was doing this without the program, I was just kind of reaching out and then kind of in my notebook or on my computer trying to keep track of who I had reached out to and what purpose I think they might serve. And then also kind of trying to understand what those analytics mean for my reach and for what I'm trying to accomplish. I think before that was kind of a big black space for me of where are things going and how many people are clicking through and what's that typical engagement rate, what should I expect? And so when I think about creator strategy now, I have so much more data that I can kind of plug in and say, okay, like if this is an awareness campaign, it's not conversions necessarily as much as it is engagement. So let's look at those creators that have higher engagement rates, who have perhaps more followers or whatever it may be that we're trying to figure out. And I think I've been able to get a lot smarter with my creator strategy, utilizing the tool.
I love to hear that. And yeah, I mean, I think even just working with creators, you can go down a rabbit hole of, should I reach out to them or them? And then you start shopping yourself. And so I love to hear that your strategy is kind of multifaceted and you have such a great approach to really grow the entirety of your business. Lauren, you mentioned this scale. I'd love to hear from you. Estimate how many creators have you worked with through LTK Connect, and just tell us a little bit more about your selection process, since you've definitely, it sounds like, have worked quite a bit in the creator marketing space.
We definitely have. I will say working with creators through LTK Connect has made it so much easier. It's a big time saver. It's a lot easy for connecting with them and getting all of the data and just not relying on their media kits. I would say right now we're at probably about 50 partnerships through the Connect platform. And I don't want to give away too much of our strategy of how we find them or how we select the creators that we're going to work with. But I will say a lot of it has to do with just finding somebody who's going to represent our brand in a positive, but also genuine way. There's just so many influencers out there now that it can feel really salesy. So we try to find girls that are going to be really excited about our brand, not just getting that collab payment. And then also I would say photography is a really big factor as well for us. The photography aesthetics, we really look for them to align with ours, because then it really maximizes the collab, because then we can use the content for additional marketing as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I think creator marketing, that authenticity is so important. I think that's kind of what really brings the point home. I mean, we've talked a lot about data and a lot of words in this presentation, but if you take a step back, it's truly the content that you're putting out there into the world. And it's great to hear you're repurposing it. We've done campaigns where we've kind of like priced it out per image and saw a huge uptick, especially over the last 2 years with things when they were shut down. So that's great to hear that you guys are really leaning into that. That's so smart. Sandy, I'd love to hear from you. How do you measure success of creator campaigns just in general, and kind of what data points do you look at? What's important to you?
Sales. I look at sales because that's my biggest focus. I'm not gonna lie, but I also find sometimes the creators that you think are gonna perform well usually aren't, and usually the ones that you don't really think may perform well don't. And for me, looking at their like social media profiles and really seeing like what their pictures look like, who follows them, like click on their followers, see who follows them, and then you tie that back in with the data that LTK already provides. It's almost a win-win. So for me, big thing is sales, like the power movers, the ones that get the sales. That's really important for me, and their engagement rate. That's a really, really big for me. I always look for a high engagement rate because sales is my focus.
Yeah, those are great. It sounds like you have it down to a science, which is wonderful, but I'm sure it's taken a lot of testing and learning along the way.
Yes.
Awesome. So we've talked a lot about campaigns, from casting to reporting, and I feel like it sounds so easy when you say it like that, because so much goes into it. But I'd love to take it up just like to the industry level and chat a little bit more about just the creator marketing industry in general. So Lauren, starting with you, I'd love to hear any nuances or surprises that you found when first starting to work with creators, and really anything you can share about just like navigating those.
Oh, yeah, we've been working with creators for, I don't know, like 8 years, I feel like. I would say probably more recently, before we joined Connect, I would say posting schedule. We were having a really hard time holding influencers accountable for posting to their contracted date and time. And it was just getting really messy and a lot to follow up with. And with joining LTK Connect, we really fine-tuned the details in our contract, and it's been drastically different. It's kind of insane. We really rarely ever have somebody who doesn't post in time, where before it was just such a headache and we just felt like it was just a lot to deal with. So
Gosh,
yeah.
that does sound like a lot of Google reminders.
Oh yeah. A lot of emailing between the influencer or their management. There was that third party. Now it's just all in one place, and it just makes it so much easier to navigate.
No, that's great to hear. So Sandy, I'd love to hear from you. What are some wins in working with creators, and what are some successes or opportunities that you've seen that have surprised you? So kind of the flip side of that question that I asked Lauren.
Well, I really enjoy partnering with creators that genuinely love my brand, because I've had quite a number of them, even shared when we're not even doing a campaign, they're not even being paid, but they just love my stuff. They're going to wear it every single day. They tell their friends and their family about it, and they're going to share it. And for me, that's like a huge win. I really am looking to hopefully find more creators like that, that truly like we can develop a partnership, a brand partnership, and really just being able to authentically share my brand because they genuinely love it.
I love that. It sounds like you've built yourself a creator army, which is wonderful. And I think
I'm trying.
it speaks to, I think, the quality of your product and really just the authenticity of the partnerships that you've established over time. So that's should be goals for everyone for sure.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, what types of promotional or marketing campaigns have you really implemented to help with growth of brand awareness? Any that feature creator, it could be with creator or outside of creators.
Sure. So I think what has been most helpful for us is looking for areas where we can align creator strategy and social media with other tactics as well. So perhaps it's an article that's being released, or an event that we're hosting, or a collaboration that we're working on with an artist. Looking for those opportunities to kind of tie things together, I think it's been really helpful. And I think that kind of goes back to the scheduling comment. I think now that we're able to be a little bit firmer in our timelines and our asks, and that's all contracted out, I think that's really been beneficial in growing our brand.
I love that. Sounds like you have a robust strategies. That's really cool, especially you just started your business a couple years ago. So that's amazing. So kind of as we have a few more questions here before we wrap, but last kind of big one for the group. What's the number one thing you would tell other brands on the phone today or others who'll listen in later when they go to think about their creator strategy? So we can start with you, Sandy, then Elizabeth, then Lauren.
I think really partnering with creators that align with your brand. Just because they're creators and they have a ton of followers does not mean that your product is going to resonate with their audience. So really, there are so many of them out there. So really do the work, and LTK Connect makes it really easy to find so much data about, are these people going to like what I have to offer? So really do the research, and I promise you, it's almost foolproof when you narrow it down. Like, it's a win-win. Like, you have to get on board. Creator marketing is the way to go. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy either. But if you do the work, I can promise you, you're definitely going to see a very high return on your investment.
I love that. It sounds like your strategy has yielded a lot of success. So what about yourself, Elizabeth?
So I think the biggest thing for me is be authentic. I mean, I think what you're asking your creators to do, they should love what they're posting. They should feel as passionate about it as you do. And if you're not getting that level of excitement, try building relationships. Like, really get to know the people that you're working with. Look for opportunities to tell them about things that you like on their profile, or other, maybe for me, anytime I have somebody, that creator that I've been talking to that's having a baby, that's like a big moment for us. So, making sure, that we reach out and that we truly are excited and authentic in our response. And then that helps build that relationship and really help propel you forward. So
I love that. What about yourself, Lauren?
I would say do a lot of research and create a strategy that works for your brand, because what works for one brand doesn't necessarily always work for another. And I completely agree with maintaining strong relationships with influencers that are performing really well with you or your brand, because we've had some influencers that have worked with us for years. And when we finally joined LTK, they were like so excited that they could finally tag us. And it just makes a huge difference when you maintain those relationships.
I agree. I agree with all of those points. And I don't think in all my years in the industry, it's ever been a one size fits all approach for any brand. No strategy has ever been the exact same. And I think what's so cool is, especially with, our visionaries, everyone has such unique and different companies, and really content marketing, the industry in general, even outside of LTK, that content can tell that brand's really, really unique message and attributes. So all such good points. So to wrap us today, just kind of ending on a light question, what, when you think of your company, what's a memory or moment that makes you the most proud of your business? So we can start with you, Elizabeth, and then Lauren and Sandy.
I think the moment that I was most proud is when I was out in public and I saw someone wearing an outfit and it wasn't on like a family or friend's kid. It was just somebody out in the wild, as my family likes to call it, spotted in the wild in their Ann Reeves Kids. So I think that was a pretty big moment for me.
Oh, that's so cool. That had to be like, oh my gosh, that's my stuff. I love it. What about yourself, Lauren?
I totally agree with what she just said. It's amazing to see people wearing your pieces. And I would say for me, it would be last week when we were celebrating our 10-year anniversary. It's just, I can't believe it's been 10 years. It's wild.
Yeah, congratulations. That's truly incredible.
Thank you.
And what about yourself, Sandy?
Me, at the beginning of this year, I was able to hire about 4 family members and friends. I have an all-female team that works with me. Being able to have these women come on brand with me and really just work towards the success of my business, and also being able to propel like women forward and it being able to take care of their families and set them up for financial success. It's really been inspiring for myself, and it's something that I'm really proud of.
Well, that's the best note to end on ever. So cheers to you all. But no, we thank you guys for sharing your stories and a little bit about your creator strategies and with us today. And we're absolutely cheering you all on. So just thank you all for your time, and thank you everyone who joined the discussion today. We appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks, you as well. Bye.
Bye.